function I want to tell you is called divmod. So remember how we did quotient and remainder, and when I say quotient and remainder, a quick revision again. We talked about what we call it, suppose I say 22 by 7, which is value of pi in general. So it's this will be 3 1 over 7. In this one, this is your quotient and this is your remainder. If you do general math, suppose I say I want to get this, let's say print 22 over 7, print this value, and you should always experiment. You should see, and you see it printed 3.14, the value of pi, up to maybe 10 digits, 10 decimal places. Now I want to find the quotient of this, the whole number. Not I want to ignore the remainder. How do I do that? Python provides you this. You say 22 divided 2/7. To run this, it gives you 3. Right? If I want to print the remainder of it, I'll say 22%7, because this is for what we call it modulus sign we are using, and I'll comment it out, and you can see it will appear in green and say percentage is for modulus. Wherever you put hash, this, after that everything becomes comment. So if I do it in the beginning, this whole line becomes comment. If I do this, this part will execute, but after that everything is ignored by Python. Okay, so can I put here hash? Yes, I can put, but now hash onwards everything is comment. But then problem is this is not a complete statement. Print parenthesis 2. I need to give one parenthesis like this. So you have to see where you want to put comment. But in general, when you put comment, everything after that comment is ignored by Python. So anyway, so this will give me remainder, right? So this is to get remainder. Now this is using the mathematical operator, math operator we are using. 2/ for quotient, we are using quotient operator, we are using modulus operator to get the value. But you can do it in one step also, and Python provides a function for that. Maybe behind the scenes somebody wrote code to do exactly this, but it's a handy function. You don't have to write like this. You can say a comma b equal to divmod and then pass 22,7. What will happen is it will give you, and the reason I want to show you this part is, and say print a comma b, and let's see what happens. We'll say 3 space 1, because I'm printing two variables a and b, and a is 3, and print statement automatically adds a space for each value inside the parentheses. So a is a variable, it prints a value, gives a space, and then also prints b. That's by default print statement does it for you. Now the key is to focus on this line. When you say a comma b and div mode, right? What is really happening is div mode is a function, and it is not part of math. It is loaded by default. That's why I did not do math.div mode. And when you write the function name, you will realize if it gives you an error, then you realize that, oh, function doesn't exist by default. So I have to find the library, first import the library, and then do library dot function. So div mode has one input, which is your number on the top, numerator, and then this one is denominator. And you pass this. You don't say 22 divided by 7. You say that these two are two separate values. So you say 22,7. These are two inputs. Input 1 is 22. Input 2 is denominator, which is 7. And div mode surprisingly gives you two values as an output. It does not give you. Generally, the function always returns one value, but this is one example where it returns two values, comma separated. That means together this function will return two values. One will go in quotient will go in A, and this will go in B. In general, we say always one variable equal to something on the right side. But div mode, and this also explains or tells you that there are some functions that may return multiple values. Div mode is, if you remember, I had mentioned that. So this will give you two values, A and B, and values move. So A is always quotient and B is always remainder. You don't mix it, because div mode function returns you data like this. So if you want to flip the values and you want B to store quotient, you say B comma A, if that is the case. Okay.